Hi everyone, I'm Jenna with Brown Dot Craft Company. Today's Monday, August 4th, 2025. We are here live from Hudson, Wisconsin for episode 93. This is Class to Go featuring Turtly Awesome or Turtly Cute. I can never remember the name of the suite. It's from the annual catalog here. I was going to see if I had an image of it, and I don't know that I do. Let me see what I have in here. Let's go over some housekeeping before we get into class today. What do we have? There's the in color sale. This starts tomorrow. There's select 2025 to 2027 in color products, 15% off. That starts tomorrow, or whatever time midnight is Stampin' Up time. I think they're not mountain time, are they? Or yeah, they are mountain time. So I think it's, let's see, I'm central in Wisconsin here, so that's I think 1 a.m. Also tonight starts the pre-order for, do I have a full picture of it? I don't think I do. This is a sample of what's coming in the September to December mini catalog, and this is a puppy suite. I can't remember what it's called. To be honest, I barely glanced at the mini catalog when it was released to demonstrators because I just haven't had any time. We've had such a crazy weekend. It's been absolutely nuts. But this is a little sample. If you are a demonstrator, you can place your pre-order starting tonight at midnight Stampin' Up time. It starts August 5th. The catalog period, it starts in September. There's also online exclusives that are available for pre-order tomorrow. And so if you aren't a demonstrator and you want to order those things early, you can sign up to be a demonstrator on my team and place a pre-order and order things from that mini catalog, the online exclusives, and anything that's already in inventory for Stampin' Up. So that's a really fun thing that's new. What else is going on? Is August Paper Pumpkin still available to sign up for? It is. This is August Paper Pumpkin. You can do that through August 10th. And I'm excited about September Paper Pumpkin. It looks really cute. And it coordinates with a suite that is in the new mini catalog. So it looks like it's going to be a mega suite between those two stamp sets and the dies and the DSP and those embellishments. It looks great. So I think that's going to be a great mini catalog. It's going to go really well with the mini catalog items. So that'll be fun and exciting. And there was one other thing I wanted to show you, and let me see if I can find it. Let's talk about it. Let's see. I have it somewhere. Somewhere. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, so I started this. This is Prize Patrol. And I'm going to do this on every class. So if you like and share the video, I will, and then just comment either in the live chat or in the comment if you're watching the replay, just comment that you've liked and shared the video on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, wherever you share things, or email, whatever works for you. Comment that you've shared and you will be entered to win a prize. So today's prize winner is from last class, which was just a few days ago. I don't remember if it was Wednesday or Thursday. And that is Maria Gilbertson. So she was randomly selected for commenting, liked, and shared, and she won a Brown Dog Craft Company bow maker. So Maria, if you could email me, hello@browndogcraftcompany.com, and send me your address. I think I may have it, but just send it to me so I'm sure. And I'll show you what next week's giveaway is. Right, so if you comment, like and share the video. Next week's, oh, you can't see. Let me get this down here. I will randomly choose someone. Oops, and that went to someone a while ago. It's an in-color retirement party class. And what it is, it's a class that I did for 2024 in-color retirement. It's a full package of the twine. Now these are, I'm not sure that I can remember the colors. Parakeet Party, Starry Sky, Sweet Sorbet, Tahitian Tide, and I don't remember what the lighter purple was. I can't remember. And then you get this fun, it makes 5 cards, 1 in each color. You get the fun DSP that goes with it, and then a full pack of those in color pearls, 2022 to 2024 in color pearls. The stamp set that coordinates with this is Share a Milkshake, which is also retired. It was current when we did this class, but you can use any stamp set. You do not need to use Share a Milkshake. You can use whatever you want to use. Okay, let's look at, so comment, like, and share, and I will give this away and announce the winner next week. Let's look at class today. Okay, so class today features, it's Turtly Awesome. So I think the suite is called Turtly Cute, is what the suite is called. And it's not a mega suite because it doesn't have 2 stamp sets, but it does have a lot. So it has the stamps and the coordinating dies, and their photopolymer, and it has Turtle Textures embossing folder. This is not a 3D embossing folder, it's just a regular embossing folder, and it's really cute. I really like it, one of my favorites. So it comes with this in the suite, and then these are the embellishments. They are shades of green hexagons, and then it comes with this really pretty ribbon. It's two-toned. It's soft sea foam and garden green. Or maybe that's shaded spruce. That might be shaded spruce. No, it's got to be garden green. Maybe it's shaded spruce. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the catalog. Okay, so we're going to make 4 cards today. I do have 1 card kit left. Let me show you what they look like. Where do I have it? Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. I have 1 card kit left. They always come in a zipper pouch like this, and they have a little tag that says what the class is. I do email out the PDF, the guide, but I also print it in your book, and I put it in here. So it's a full printed guide with a supply list and photos and dimensions for all of the cards. So this comes in here. You get all of your card bases, you get your envelopes, you get a quarter pack of DSP, you get a full pack of embellishments, you get your envelopes, and then you get enough ribbon to make your cards. So you get a lot in here. Oh, and then all your pieces for die cutting. So the card class is $45. That's shipped to you. And how it works for me in class is, if there is die cutting on the card that is from the featured bundle, then that's part of your homework. So that's listed out in the guide for you. It generally takes somewhere between 5 and 15 minutes to do the homework. And then if there's anything featured on the card that is not die cut using the featured bundle, then I do that for you ahead of time. So you'll find that already done in your kit. So let's go through the cards. We're going to do some coloring today. Let's look at our colors. So I think I have them all. I might be missing one, so you might have to go back. But we're looking at Pool Party, Garden Green, Cherry Cobbler, Crushed Curry, Flirty Flamingo, and you will need black. So when I'm stamping with sentiments, things that I'm not going to die cut, I like to use a pigment ink because it's really black and it stamps really well the first time. So I like to use VersaFine. And then black for coloring. If we're going to stamp an image and color it, we can use our Memento or whatever alcohol marker safe black ink you like to use. And I don't think we use any embossing this time. We are going to use a lot of markers. Let's see, I'll bring them all out here. And I'll show you all the markers we use. So there's a lot of markers today. Now, you don't need to use these colors. If you don't have them, you can use whatever you have. But these are all the markers. Isn't that a lot? So we're going to use these today. I'm going to kind of put them up to the side maybe and grab them as we need them. Get this out of the way. All right. Okay, let's look at the cards we have for today. We're gonna make 4 cards. They're all very similar. And one thing I will say is this ribbon is really slippery and it does not stick with a glue dot. So when we do the ribbon in our cards today, we're gonna use liquid glue. So when you make your cards, use liquid glue, not a glue dot. What's fun about this ribbon is you can do it either way. You can turn it this way and have the darker color be on the bow, or you can have the lighter color be on the bow. I thought that was really fun. So we're gonna make 4 cards. They all have the same layout, just different DSP and different focal images on here. So part of your homework was to emboss your backgrounds here. These are in 4 different colors, and they're all embossed with the Turtle Textures embossing folder. And then these are all die cut for you. There's 2 for each card, and they are from the Party Banners dies. So which Party Banner die is this? It is the one that is 2 3/4 inches wide. Okay, so that's the banner die. And some of them are pool party and some of them are white, just depends on the card. Okay, let's go over our homework. So these are all my pieces from the homework. And again, this is all detailed out in your little guidebook. Okay, so this is, parts of it are the banjo, parts of it are the turtles. We've got some birds, a hat, a whole bunch of pieces here. And then also from the homework, in black ink, we have stamped these images, some onto white and some onto Granny Apple Green, which I wonder if we need Granny Apple Green ink. We might. We might need it. I can't remember. Okay, so I have die cut them ahead of time only to save some time, and I've taped them into place. You don't need to die cut them ahead of time because you're in your own home and you can die cut. But I don't think you need to watch me spend 5 minutes die cutting these after we color them. So we'll color them in just a moment. This is what you'll have stamped. So if you haven't done the homework, I'll set this right here. This is what you're going to want to stamp, and we'll go ahead and color them. Now, in your kit, you will have 4 card bases, and they're all scored the same. So this is Garden Green, Flirty Flamingo, Crushed Curry, and Pool Party. Now this is a bit of a fun fold. So it's a irregular shaped card base. So the card base is, I didn't write down on here what the card base was. I have it in the guide, but it's 7 3/4 by 5.5. So 7 3/4 by 5.5. So it's a little bit shorter, just based on what we're gonna do. So what we're gonna do with all of our card bases is we're gonna have this little score line off to the left, and we'll fold this one this way, and this one also gets folded back. So we'll do that with all of the cards. And I'll show you, I think maybe what we'll do is sort of put them together assembly line style as we go. We'll color all of our images first. We'll cut all of our DSP. We'll sort of line everything up and then put them together, maybe in the end, since they all have the same fun fold. Okay. So these are our card bases. I didn't burnish any of them. I just sort of loosely folded them. I'll set those off to the side. You will have these in your card kit. Now they do measure a little over 4 by 5 1/4. They're probably not quite 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And the reason why they're slightly large is because when you run them through your embossing folder, they shrink up a little bit. So you will want to dry fit these into the card base first and make sure that you like the size. If you don't like how big it is, you can take 1/8 of an inch off the top and 1/8 of an inch off the side, and that'll make it slightly smaller, okay? But if you cut this to 4 by 5 1/4 and then emboss it, it's not quite big enough. Are most people going to notice that or care? Probably not, but we do, right? That's just how we are. Okay, you're going to have a bunch of these banners. You'll have 2 in Pool Party. One of our cards starts with Pool Party instead of white, and then you'll have 6 white. Okay, 2 for each of the other 3 cards. Okay, so we'll get onto those too. And then all of the DSP is cut exactly the same. So I did cut mine ahead of time. These are the sheets you need. You need 4 sheets. You need 1 in this crushed curry music pattern, 1 in this diagonal stripe pattern, 1 in this turtle shell, I guess, pattern, and 1 in this stripe, this color stripe. Okay, so you're going to cut them all to measure. I'll show you. You're going to cut your paper first to be 5 1/4. So it's going to be 5 1/4 tall. So like this one's not directional, but if you want your stripes, make sure you're cutting your paper depending on which way you want your stripes to go. So each one's going to be 5 1/4 tall. So I'm going to take my 6 by 6 piece of DSP and cut it at 5 1/4 tall. And then we need 1 piece that's 2 inches and 1 piece that is 1 inch. So 2 inch and 1 inch. That's what we need. And we're going to do that to all 4 of those pieces. Okay. You're going to have a ton of leftover DSP to either make more cards or use on different projects. And I know some people don't like the turtles. And you may be thinking, if I don't like the turtles, I don't want this class and I don't want this set and I don't want the DSP and anything about it. If you don't like the turtles, I think you can exchange this for a lot of other things. The back, I mean, this one I guess is sort of turtly on both sides, but most of these are not specific to turtles. Neither are the embellishments or the ribbon. So you could use, if you really like the DSP and you really like the embellishments and the ribbon, you can still get these and not use the turtles. You could use a different stamp set. Okay, so just putting that out there. It's something different than flowers. I've heard a lot of people say, I don't necessarily like the turtles, but I like that it's different than flowers. So I like flowers, I like critters, I like everything. I'm not super picky when it comes to crafting, so I like to try different things too. So let's get into coloring. When you have the PDF guide, I do list out what colors I'm coloring things. I may color them slightly different in class just because I don't have the guide in front of me and I'm just sort of guessing based on my image. But let's color our little turtles. We're going to color the white turtles the same, and then we'll color the granny apple turtles the same. So we'll use slightly different colors depending on which one we're doing. So okay, let's see. Our turtles on white, their bellies are going to be Darling Duckling. Now, if you don't have Darling Duckling, you can use Daffodil Delight. You definitely don't need to use Darling Duckling. So their bellies will be Darling Duckling. So I'm going to go with my dark and add where I think it would be dark. So I'm going to color where these little lines are on the turtle, and then under like their little arm right there, like wherever it would be darker. And I'll tell you, I've been up a really long time today and we had a really long weekend, so my eyes are not the best. I can feel behind my eyes the tiredness. Do you guys ever get like that? You can just like feel back here your eyes are tired, and it's hard to focus on these little images. I need some eye drops maybe. So we'll just blend this in. Now if you ever blend out too much of your dark blend, you can come back and color the dark again, which I think I'll do. Maybe I'll start with the light on these and add the dark after. Okay, so there's our little turtle bellies. So Darling Duckling is one of the new in colors. From 2025 to 2027. I'm going to say that wrong if I don't think about it. Can you guys believe that it's already August and it's going to be September, which I've heard people call the Burr months, September, October, November, December, and that it's like the end of the year. I feel like it just like the year just started, didn't it? Okay, the body of these are lemon lime twist. You could also use light granny apple maybe. Okay, so let's start with light lemon lime twist. And that's going to be all of their bodies. So their heads and arms. And I did color just right over their little fingernails. I don't know what a turtle is supposed to look like. And it probably doesn't matter because turtles don't smile and eat ice cream and garden and all of that, right? So they can be whatever color you want. This set reminds me a little bit, there was an online exclusive, it's probably been 2 years, but it was like a big bear with a honey pot. Do you guys remember him? Oh, oops, I forgot to color the top of the shell there. Do you guys remember him? I can't remember what that set was called, but just the facial expressions on these guys and like the general mood reminds me of that set. It was a bear and maybe it was like a hamster. Those two things don't go together. Maybe that's the wrong set. And there was a turtle playing in the rain. That was around for a couple of years, maybe 3 years. I was sad to see that one go. I really liked the DSP from Playing in the Rain. It was really cute. All right, now I'm just going to add some dark lemon lime twist, kind of, you know, on the bottom half of his little arm here, maybe right here, and then a little bit here. I think I got to blend this one out a little. Okay, that's cute. All right, little turtle, upside down turtle. His friends need to come help him flip over, right? Isn't that kind of what might be going on here? I'm not sure. Okay. All right, he's cute. Let's color the rest of his little shell that I missed. Okay. All right, now the shell on these little guys is light lemon lime and light granny apple. So this is light lemon lime twist and this is light granny apple. So I did lemon lime twist, whoops. Oh no, I did light and dark granny apple. So the spots are lemon lime twist and the other parts of the shell are granny apple. So let's do all of our spots as granny apple. I'm sorry, as lemon lime twist, light. And then we'll come in, let's do granny apple dark. I think this one blends out better. So I'm just gonna kind of color a little bit of dark, not a lot. Kind of get around those shells if I can. And then I'll kind of color up from the bottom here. Get a little bit of dark under here. Okay, and then the rest will be light granny apple. So I definitely like to use this little nib tip for these fine detail coloring. For larger spaces, like probably for his belly, I should have used the brush tip. But I think it's personal preference on what you like to color with. So just go around the spots as best you can. Or if you wanted to, you could color the whole shell with granny apple green and just do like light to dark and blend it together. You definitely wouldn't need to do all those colors. Okay, so those are our 2 turtles that are on the white. Let's finish the turtles. So let's go to the turtles that are on the granny apple green. So the body of the turtle on this one is granny apple green, but all we're gonna do is take our dark granny apple green, that's light. We'll take our dark and add the shadows. So it's already on granny apple green, so we don't need to do a ton of blending. So this will be I'll add some on his arm, some here on his legs, and some right here. And then we'll do this little guy too. Let's see, he's maybe here. And where are the shadows, you might be asking? I don't really know. I just guess. I think as long as you add some variation to your coloring, I think it's fine. Wherever you want to put your shadow. Wherever you want to put your shadow, I think is fine. Now, this is going to get the paper wet, and it's going to look a lot darker than it really is. So let's blend this out and let it dry a little bit and see how much more we need to color. Like if we need to keep coloring him. Maybe we do. I can't remember what I did. We'll color him in a little bit here and see how that looks. So he's so cute. Now the alcohol marker does act a little bit differently when it's on cardstock versus white. It wants to bleed outside the line, which is fine because we're coloring tone on tone. But just make note not to overblend because it will bleed way outside the line and you won't be happy. So I'm just going to color them all the way. All right, now the bellies are lemon lime twist. So we're sort of flip-flopping what we did on the white ones. So let's do lemon lime twist light. I'm going to use the brush tip now. And it goes on really dark and will dry back a little. There's one belly. Now these turtles here, when the die cuts, I'll show you what the die does, but it makes it so that the turtles can hold something. And it's really cute. Let's add some dark in here. They're really cute. We're gonna have one hold a banjo and one is gonna hold a cake, like he baked a cake. All right, we don't need to color the turtle shells on these two turtles because we're going to put together some die cut pieces from the homework and for the turtle shells. So we don't need to worry about coloring the turtle shell here. All right, let's go back and do the rest of our white images. This little ice cream cone is going to be crumb cake on the ice cream cone. You could also do pecan pie if you don't have crumb cake. Okay. Party hat. Let's see, what did I say the party hat is? The party hat is cherry cobbler. So here I'll take light cherry cobbler. And one side I'll just make dark cherry cobbler, just like that. Okay, super basic coloring. The cake is pool party for the cake. So we'll start with light pool party for a cake. And I'll add in a little bit of dark here. Okay. And the candles are dark daffodil delight for our little candles. And then the little plate is gray granite. So here's my light gray granite. And I'll do a little bit of dark. Okay. And then our ice cream is Flirty Flamingo. That is this one. Flirty Flamingo, I think the caps on the Stampin' blends do not look like Flirty Flamingo. That it always throws me off. All right, so that's our light. Ice cream. And then our flowers. So the flowers will be granny apple for the leaves. So let's see, light granny apple. And we'll add a little shadow with some dark granny apple. And there's 2 flowers. And a little shadow here. And then the insides are light petal pink. Light petal pink. And then the flower petals are light pool party. Or you could do dark pool party too if you wanted. I don't know what kind of flowers these are. I don't know the flowers really are blue very much, are they? I like blue, so. All right, so those are the pieces here. I think we'll put together the turtles with your homework pieces as we go. So I think we'll just look at each card and then put the pieces together as we go, okay? So here I've got from the homework, there's a little balloon and there's some birdies and a microphone and a banjo, a whole bunch of things, okay? So we've already cut the DSP. Let's get the markers out of the way. It might be loud for a minute here. And we're gonna let's put all of our card bases together and get all those colors sorted and DSP put on. And then we'll work on our focal images, okay? So let me get these laid out up here where I can see them. Okay, let's burnish our card bases. So when we have this is the inside of the card here. We're gonna fold, and this also gets folded in, okay? So we are gonna glue this down. Okay, so there's one. So the garden green card gets the granny apple embossed piece. Okay, so I'm going to put those 2 together. And then the DSP that it gets is this green. Okay, so I'll set this aside. We'll put together this card here shortly. Let's do the next one, the next card base here. This is the pool party card base. This gets the garden green embossed piece and this stripe pattern. Okay, so that'll be another card. I'll set that aside. Let's pull out our next one. This one is crushed curry, which I don't use very often. I do not use crushed curry. I typically look at the colors that are in the DSP, and that's how I decide what colors we're going to use for class. So there must not be a lot of DSPs with crushed curry. Good boy, Milo. You're going to go lay over there. The crushed curry card gets the pecan pie embossed piece, and that gets the music notes here. Right here. Okay. And then the last one is Flirty Flamingo. And that gets the crushed curry embossed piece, and this one, this rainbow stripe. Okay, so that's all of our card bases. Now the only card that doesn't have ribbon is the Flirty Flamingo one, and oh, I folded that backwards. I folded it backwards. It doesn't get it because it's green, and I don't think it would match. Okay, so every other card will get ribbon. So let's put together this one, the DSP on this one first, just because it's a little bit simpler because there's no ribbon here. So I did fold those backwards. This one goes in, so this is the little flap. This one goes in, and this one goes back like this. It folds back this way. So it's like a Z, or a backwards Z, right? Yeah, it's a backwards Z. Okay, so this gets folded out. This is gonna get glued down once we put our DSP down. So, okay, let's put our inside down first. So you can decide which way you like better. Do you like it this way, or do you like it this way? You know, to me it looks pretty much the same. It will have a slight curve to it depending on how you run it through your die cut machine. And I will say that I recommend liquid glue. If you use anything besides liquid glue to put this down, because it's been embossed, it probably won't stay. You can give it a try, but I think you'll be happier if you use liquid glue in the long run. Sorry, got my head in there. Okay, so that goes on the inside. This is going to be the inside of our card, even though it's the inside of our card, we can see it, right, with this fun fold. Okay, now this piece is going to go here, and this piece is going to go here. Okay, so let's put glue on both of these while we're at it. I do think that this DSP, if you are going to do the turtles, this DSP is one that kind of speaks for itself. You could use it as like a focal, like being the main focal point of your card, because it's so pretty. Okay, we have this front piece of DSP down. We want to make sure that we glue this piece down before we glue this down. Okay, so make sure you put your DSP here. We'll do something a little bit different on the other 3 cards because we're going to add ribbon. But for now, on this card, we can glue this shut. Okay, so we're just gluing it over the DSP we already put down, and then this little piece of DSP goes right on top. Okay. All right, so you have pretty much a half of a card front here because of the fold that we just did. And it looks like it's matted because we folded that piece back, and then the DSP is slightly smaller. All right. Now we're going to need tear and tape for our next 3 cards because they are slightly different. As you can see, the green ribbon goes with these cards, but the green ribbon is hidden when you open the card. It's not all the way, it's not wrapped around. So we're going to hide our ribbon in here before we glue this piece of DSP down and before we glue the flap down. No, after we glue this DSP down, before we glue the flap down. So let's look at how that works. All right. Let's fold this the proper way. All right, the inside can be glued down. That can be glued down right here. And again, you might want to dry fit these depending on if you want to trim them down a little bit or leave them the way they are. I'm going to leave them. I like them big. I think it's cute. This has got to be one of my favorite embossing folders ever. So I want to focus on this. I think it's really pretty. Okay, now we can glue this front piece of DSP down. I don't think it's directional. I think you can put it in whatever direction you want. Okay, so that will get some liquid glue right here. Okay. Now before we glue this piece down on this card, we're going to add the DSP right here. And it looks like the DSP is going on the inside, but it's not. Okay, it's going to be on the outside. So let's do some liquid glue. Liquid glue is your friend with DSP because you can wiggle. You can wiggle your paper around. Okay, now we're going to add our ribbon. So what we're going to do is we're going to put little pieces of tear and tape. This is the front of the card. We're going to put little pieces of tear and tape here. Right here. And you're going to put them about a ½ inch down. Okay, and then we need 2 pieces waiting. And you're going to take just enough ribbon to wrap around the card here. You don't want a lot of extra ribbon, 1, because we don't want to waste it, and 2, we don't want any extra bulk back here if we can help it. So I am going to take just a little bit more than what I need to go around the card. And what we'll do, now you can decide what color do you want of ribbon do you want showing. Do you want to show the dark side or do you want to show the light side? I think I might switch it up. On this one, I'll do dark. I think it's a good contrast. So it's going to go right in the center here, and then you're going to push it into that tear and tape. You see, and I could have even cut this shorter. because look at all the extra I have. Okay, look at all that extra. You really don't need all that extra. Okay, it's gonna, whoops, that turn tape stuck on my hand. All right, we are gonna peel the backer off of this tear tape because we will now be gluing this shut. Just like that. You might want to put something heavy on it. But here we go. Whoops, the ribbon is hidden. See that? And we'll put the banner here for the turtle to sit on. Okay. All right, so let's do that with our others, except I think what we will do is I'll change up what color the ribbon that's facing up is. Okay, so on our pool party card, we add our garden green. Let me know in the comments if you have this suite or this set. We're going to repeat this. At first I didn't get this. During Onstage they did a presentation with this and I wasn't sold. I wasn't sold. It wasn't like I needed it immediately. But when I saw some people making cards with it, I decided I had to have it. So I guess I changed my mind, which I do about a lot of stamp sets. There are a lot of stamp sets or bundles that I say, I don't need that. I'm fine. I'm fine. And then I changed my mind. Speaking of which, that's what happened with August, with Milo's Card Club for August. I can never remember the name of the suite. It's floral something. But I told myself I didn't need it. I already had whatever flower set. And then I saw people make really pretty cards with it and I had to have it. So we were going to do the showcase today, but something came up. So I'm going to do the showcase tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow will be, I have 4 card classes. I'm going to flip this. I'm going to do the light color towards the front. I have four card classes to show you. I'm really excited. The cards are really cute. One of them is a holiday themed card class with the Sweet Jar and Jar of Joy, which I think they're both online exclusives, but they're really cute. And then I have Milo's Card Club for August, which is floral something. And those cards are really pretty. And I have Class to Go for August, which is Scenic Adventures. I've showed those ones before, so you've probably seen those. And then I have one more, and I can't remember the name of it. It's called, oh, I sent an email. It's called More Messages and maybe Charming DSP, based on the name of the DSP. And it features that bundle that is all sentiments, and it's one die. You stamp all the sentiments, there's probably 15 of them, and then it die cuts them all at once, and they're all different shapes. All right, there's that one. Okay. So I have all of those card classes to show you. And I was hoping to do it today, and something came up. Last minute, unexpected. So the plan is tomorrow, barring any other unexpected meetings. So sometimes that happens, right? We just have to roll with it. All right, let's get this one down. So see, I kind of like these, to do these assembly line style, because it's kind of, you know, you have to pay attention to the first one you do, and then it's sort of just like on repeat, right? You can feel really like really good about your pace and how you're making everything. And however, if you do like to sit down, do one whole card, and then come back and do the next card and do the same steps, you can certainly do that too. So however you like to craft. And these turtles, I think if you stamp them on either garden green or lemon lime twist or granny apple green, I don't think you need to color them. You could go without coloring them. So if you don't like to color, you could not color them. Just stamp them on the cardstock here and then die cut them and dress them up like paper dolls. That's essentially what we're doing here with the die cut pieces, which is one of my favorite ways to craft. I do like to color, so I like stamp sets where you can do both. You can either color or you could do like the paper doll thing. I remember when I was a little kid, I don't think they have them anymore, but when I was a little kid, we would have like paper dolls, and then you would buy little sets for their clothes and you'd punch them out of the paper, and they would just have the little tabs that you'd fold around the doll to hold the clothes on, and they were really flimsy and they didn't last very long, and you would just, I remember being as careful as I could be when playing with those because I didn't want to wreck them. You know, you only got so many clothes, and then they would rip and the tabs would fall off. And yeah, now my kids, when they were little, now they have magnets. So like you have a little doll and it'll have magnetic clothing. So that's like the modern version, I guess, of paper dolls, which they are really cute. They have all sorts of like just generic dolls, and then they have like princess ones. So they're really cute. All right, that's the basic of the fun fold. Now there is one other little trick. It's not even a trick, but one other little thing that we'll do. We're gonna make sure that we put our inside of our card so that it's hidden when we open our card, or it's hidden when our card is closed. So you can't see the inside until you open the card. So we will, I'll show you how I did that. Okay, let's set these aside. We don't need these quite yet. And let's start with this card. Where's the cap to my glue? All right, let's start with this one. Now, this one we are going to use a blend again. We're going to use a light smoky slate, or no, a light gray granite. That's dark gray granite. Or any light gray or any light brown, like crumb cake would be fine. And we're going to take our turtle. Let's pull out some of our pieces now. We're going to take our turtle that is laying down here, this little guy, and he's going to be our birthday turtle. He's stuck to the tape I have on the back. Come on, little turtle. Don't rip. I put too much tape back here. Gotta pick the tape off. I should have put the tape like on my pants first to make it less sticky. Don't rip my turtle. Got him. Okay. And he needs the ice cream and the hat and the balloon. Okay. All right, so this cute little turtle is gonna hold, now the die doesn't die cut his arms out. It die cuts the arms on the other turtle out so you can tuck things in. It doesn't on this one, so we're just gonna end up gluing our little ice cream there like he's holding an ice cream, and we'll add his little hat and then the balloon. So what we'll do is we need 2 of our white banners. One is going to be for the inside and one will be for the outside. And what we're going to do on one is we'll stamp a sentiment, and our turtle is going to go above the sentiment like this, like he's having a little ice cream treat. Okay, so what I'm going to stamp here, I'm going to make it a birthday card. So I'm going to say, hope your birthday is turtly awesome. That's this one. And then on the inside I'll say hooray. Let me get some blocks here. Hope your birthday is totally awesome. And I think that fits on this one. Okay. Let me get a sheet of scrap paper. And we're going to stamp on our front piece here with crushed curry. And that's going to be hope your birthday is totally awesome. That stamp's really good. And that's going to go right here. Hope your birthday is totally awesome. Isn't that cute? And then on the inside, I will stamp hooray, but in Flirty Flamingo. And I'll do that right in the center, I think. Hooray. I love the font. This font is so cute. That's it for stamping on here. Okay. We're going to pop up our little turtle with dimensionals. He needs a dimensional on his head there. And we're going to put him pretty much in the center. Now, he does look like he's floating. That's where our gray marker comes into play. I'm going to use the brush tip, and we're just going to add a little bit of shadow beneath him. That's it, okay? So he doesn't look too much like he's floating in space. Although I do think the sentiment does help provide like a grounding for him. So he doesn't necessarily look like he's floating in space, but he does a little bit. All right, this is going to get tucked in here. You might have to cut the tail of your balloon off if you put a dimensional right where you need to tuck it in. Right there. Cute little balloon. And then we can glue on his little ice cream cone and his hat. So he's gonna eat his little ice cream and this little hat, and okay, there. I mean, how often do you see a turtle eating ice cream? Never, right? Okay, so these two are going to go with this card, and we will assemble these when we're done putting together all of our turtles. Okay. All right, let's work on this one next. Okay, so this is our crushed curry and pecan pie card base. And this one's actually going to get the two pool party banners. And we're going to do a little bit of ink blending here. This one is the inside. We'll set it aside. And this one is the outside. We're going to ink blend some pool party sky. So we need our teal blending brush. Okay. And we're going to ink blend a garden green hill. Now you might wonder, how do you get such a nice hill like this? I'm going to show you. You're going to take a piece of scratch paper. So here I have like a little piece of cardstock. It can be anything. It can even be a piece of like paper that you've thrown in the garbage. And I'm going to take a pair of scissors. I do like to use a long pair of scissors for this. And I'm going to make a hill. If you want to use a die that die cuts an arch, you could do that too. All I'm going to do is take my scissors and I'm going to make a hill. That's it. That's all I did. It's not even. It's not perfect. It doesn't need to be. Okay. Now, I'm going to take the, you could use the hill and die cut it if you wanted to, like, if you had the banners and you want to die cut the banners out of here, you totally could. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this opposite side that I just cut the hill out of, and we're going to use it as a mask. So I'm going to decide, okay, we're going to have this turtle here, and he's going to be holding a banjo on here, and he's going to be a musician turtle. Okay, so where do I want the hill to be? I probably want the hill to be a little bit, like right here where his legs end. So right about there is where I want, maybe about here, is where I want to blend my hill onto. Now a couple things. You could tape your hill in place and just kind of go like that. So now we'll take our garden green and we will ink blend our hill. So just make sure that you hold your little piece in place and ink blend onto the pool party right over your mask. And it doesn't take too long to make pool party green. It gives us some nice bluegrass, in my opinion. Oops, my mask is moving. It gives us some nice bluegrass, which is really pretty. It can come from this side too. Okay. And it's okay if it's a little splotchy. It's grass. It grows darker in some spots and lighter in others. Okay. All right, so when you're happy with the color of your grass, you just take away your mask and there you go. You have your hill. Okay, so easy way to ink blend a little hill. We are going to ink blend some pool party around the edges of the sky. So we'll get our pool party and our teal brush and we'll ink blend around the edges. Now this is tone on tone. This is pool party on pool party. So it's really gonna fade back as it dries. So don't be afraid to be aggressive with this ink blending. And we're just gonna do the edges and leave the center pretty much untouched. Now if you do this and you realize it's not enough and you want more color, you can always come back. Okay, so there we have, here is the ink blended panel and here's what it looks like when it's just plain pool party. So what a difference, right? You can also do this with white. We'll do it with white on another panel. Okay, let me wipe this up. One more thing we're gonna do is take these little music notes. So this one is the musician turtle. And we're gonna stamp with pool party on the back of these, or on the, in the sky here. So just real light, tone on tone music notes. Okay. And then on the inside, oh, I did say we needed a blue one, but we don't. That's for the other card. We need a white one for the inside. On the inside, we'll just stamp some music notes. Okay. All right, I think we need to stamp one more thing on this one, and that is hooray. And I stamped it in black. You could also stamp it in early espresso. Our banjo is going to be early espresso, so you could stamp it early espresso, but I think I'm going to do black. And this is where I'm going to pull in that Versamark, and let's see how it stamps. Yeah, see, it just stamps so well the first time. You could also pull in a stamp positioner. I'm going to stamp hooray at the top right here. Okay, right there. Okay. All right, now we can put together our little turtle on here. He die cuts where he can hold something. So let's put together the banjo. The banjo pieces, oh, and his turtle shell. So here's what we need for him. We need, from your homework, you'll get this garden green shell base, and you'll use the granny apple green shell, whatever this is, cover. Okay, so that will glue with that. And from your homework, we need this little birdie. We stamped him crushed curry onto daffodil and die cut him out. It cuts out 2 birdies at one time. The banjo base is the balloon. All right, so I didn't die cut the whole balloon string, but that's what that is. There's a little white circle that we die cut from the homework. And then the banjo has a couple of pieces to it. It has this, and then it has this piece that sticks out the bottom. We need this microphone that we stamped in black. Oh, and we'll color it with a little bit of our gray granite on the microphone there. Okay. And that's it. Oh no, we need our little red birdie, the other birdie in cherry cobbler on cherry cobbler. Okay. All right, so let's glue the banjo together. So first we can do, where's my glue? Here it is. We can glue the banjo center down here. Okay. And then this little piece goes on top. I'm gonna add a little bit of glue on the bottom here. I think it goes almost all the way, probably, oh, I don't know, halfway through the banjo there. And then this little piece gets glued right there. And I don't know what a banjo is supposed to look like. I looked in the catalog. So that's how I figured out how the banjo goes together. Otherwise, I don't know how to put together a banjo. All right, this is gonna get tucked into his little arm here. Just like this, so he's playing the banjo. So I'm gonna tuck it in, and then I'm gonna squeeze in a little bit of glue under his arm there. Okay. Hold that shut. And then I think I'll take a little piece of tear and tape. Well, no, we're gonna pop them up, so let's just make sure when we put a dimensional here that we put it over the turtle and the banjo. I think he needs some dimensionals on his legs. And one on his arm there. And I think we'll leave that one. We'll glue that one down. Okay, so there's our cute little banjo turtle. I'll flip him over here after we get all these backers off. Takes me a little bit. Alright, cute little banjo player. Isn't he so stinking cute? So he's gonna kind of go around the hooray. We're gonna add a mini dimensional to the red birdie. And red birdie is gonna sit on the banjo like he's a part of the band. Maybe he's singing. I really don't know. Okay, and then this little yellow one is gonna be down in the grass. Kind of like do 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 do. We don't know what that one's doing, right? Just kind of having a fun time. We need to add the little microphone like he's holding it in his hand. So I think I'll just put a little bit of glue like right here. And then we'll put the microphone there. And then we need to put together his turtle shell. So I'm going to put the glue right onto his back. And first we'll put down this green solid piece. Okay. And then comes this little piece. And what this does is it makes it look like he has his spotted shell. So you don't need a lot of glue here. That's probably even too much. But that goes right here, right along the base there. And I'll hold it up here in just a second. All right, there. Isn't he cute? Is it fake? Of course it's fake. It's a turtle playing a banjo. And our last turtle was on its back eating ice cream. Is it cute? Yes. All right, so let's set these two aside. We'll let them dry a little bit before we worry about putting them on the card, okay? So I'm just gonna kind of set them here, let them dry a little bit. Okay, let's do, what do we have next? This one is the pool party one. So the pool party one also needs, we're going to use this other pool party banner along with a white banner. We're going to get our mask back and do the same thing, make a little hill. Okay, so we'll pull out our garden green again and do the same mask, the same hill. You can use your mask for probably a lot of cards. You could probably make, well, I don't know how many. I mean, I wouldn't use it for any color other than garden green, but you could use it a lot, especially if you make it out of cardstock. Okay. Right, so there's a hill. Okay, and then we'll do, hi Jenny. Then we'll do pool party for the sky again. So this is the exact same background we did on the one that we just made. Where's my blending brush? Here it is. Sometimes the things are right in front of me and I can't find them. So again, we're just going to go around the edges here with pool party. I still have yet to make something with these banners. They're from the annual catalog and I had to have them. I thought they would be really cute for kids' birthday parties. And so far I've already had a kid birthday party and I forgot to make the banners. But that's okay. Hopefully we have lots of birthday parties ahead of us, right? And I can make banners for them. I thought they'd be really cute to make as like little name tags too, like for the kids' lockers, like in the house, you know, where they put their backpack and stuff, like in their shoes and whatnot. We could make little name tags for their spaces. I thought the banners would be a cute thing for that too. Okay, this card we need both of our flowers that we colored. And again, I really should have made my tape less sticky. All right, there's one. Thanks, Jenny. Okay, here's another. Please don't rip my flower. Okay, there's our two flowers. And what else do we need? Not these. We need this little guy or gal. I'm picturing this card as like grandma. Grandma is gardening. That's what I'm picturing this one as. Okay, and then this one is, we need this little yellow guy. And the other turtle pieces. And the hat. And the watering can. Now I will say that this set is a little bit of tedious die cut work. However, I think that's what makes it cute. These little details that are, they definitely are tedious, but it's what makes it really cute. Okay, this is this adorable little hat, and the base here from your homework is crumb cake, and we're just going to add, this is the brim of the hat. I know it looks strange, but this is the brim of the hat, and it fits right onto the hat like this. So there's the little hat, and then that pops right onto the top of the turtle's head. I should be using tweezers, but okay. Stay. Yeah, I need tweezers. There we go. Okay, so it pops right onto her head, or his head. Okay. Oh, and one other thing we haven't been adding to our turtles is our highlights. I love to add white highlights to, well, pretty much any card, but in particular when we have animals. So we'll add highlights. Okay. Oh, and you know what? In the homework, I think I said do 3 flowers. I only did 2. That's okay. I'll show you what the card looks like with 3, and I'll just do the 2 that I've already done. Okay, let's do her little back now. We did the opposite of the other turtle. So this time it's going to be granny apple green like base here. with garden green. Well, I guess that's probably opposite. It is the base that we put down first, but I think this is meant to be, the garden green is the color of her shell, and the spots are poking through, so the spots are the granny apple green. But that's not how we put it together, right? We put it together the opposite way. But, okay. And I have her holding a flower. So this is the other turtle that die cuts the arm there, so she can hold a little flower. So this is where you want 3 flowers, not just 2. So she's picking flowers here. Okay. And then she'll go on our card. Let's stamp first. We're going to stamp what I think is a good gardening phrase, which is, it's okay to take it slow. And I think that's good advice. Do I follow that advice? No. Do I think it's good advice? Yes. All right, let's see. That is this one. It's okay to take it slow. It's okay to take it slow. And this I did in my black pigment ink again. So the little backer fell off that, but she's gonna go about here. We are gonna add the watering can to her hand also, but we'll do that once she's on the card. Okay, so it's okay to take it slow. And that's gonna go top right. And what did I do on the inside? Oh, here for you always in garden green. So let's do our inside. I did here for you always. Here for you always. Okay, and that was garden green. Here for you always. And I think my garden green is pretty dry. My garden green sucks up a lot of ink. My ink pad sucks up a lot of ink, and so does my Misty Moonlight. Okay. All right. We can add her to the card now, or to the focal image, I guess. So we'll put her right about here. Her little hat kind of goes around the sentiment there. And we will add this watering can with a mini dimensional. Oh, we should add our flower. So this is where you should add 2 flowers. We want 2 flowers growing here, not just 1. See, on my sample I have 2 flowers growing. And then this is gonna get like tucked under her hand a little, like she's watering the flower. And then this little birdie will sit right on her arm, like it's her birdie friend. Okay. All right. Isn't it a cute little gardener? So cute. Okay, so that's this one. And last but not least is our garden green base, and that's with the little turtle that is baking a cake. And you'll need 2 whites for this one. Now this one we are going to ink blend on the front card, but we're not going to use the mask. If you want to use the mask, you can, but I'm going to ink blend. I'm just going to start at the bottom and ink blend some garden green up to be the grass. And I'm going to slowly fade it as I get up a little bit. So heavier at the bottom and fade it as we come up here. just like that. And then we'll do Pool Party for the sky the same way. Pool Party, Pool Party, Pool Party. Okay, if you want to use Balmy Blue, you could for a sky, but I use Pool Party because it's in the DSP. So we already have Pool Party, and I think Pool Party is a good sky. Balmy Blue is typically not one of the colors that I reach for first. Whenever I use it, I do like it, but it's just not one of those colors that I guess I'm drawn to initially. But Pool Party I am. I really like teal. So teal is a color that I definitely like. As you can tell, my glass mat is teal. Okay, so for this image, or for this focal point, we need our last turtle that I really taped on here real good. I have so many take your pick tools out, it's not even funny. All right. She's really taped in there. Come out, little turtle. Okay, here she is. Come on now. Oh my goodness. And I need her arm to be free because she's going to hold a cake. I taped her arm shut. All right. Are you free now? Please be free. She's free. And we need the cake. Okay, and we need the chef's hat and the apron. You will have an extra little birdie. It's a red little birdie, a cherry cobbler little birdie. All right, the apron and this little chef's hat. So this apron is Pool Party. It's die cut from Pool Party, and that will get glued right onto her underneath her arm. So we're going to tuck it in. It kind of lines up over her shoulders here. So right about there. So the little tie pokes off the back. Okay, isn't that cute? And then the little chef's hat goes right on top her head. You probably need tweezers for this. I'm saying her, but could be he, right? So there's our little chef. And then they're gonna hold the cake, but we're gonna put a dimensional on the cake. Okay, and we'll need a dimensional on our turtle. She probably needs two up here. One here, and one here. Oops, I peeled that one off. Okay, so now this one, we're going to use the sentiment Sweet Friend, and I stamped the little birdies. So Sweet Friend is here, and these are our little birdies. So the little birdies I did in black, and Sweet Friend is also in black. Where's my black? My pigment. So Sweet Friend will go up on the right here. Right? It's cake, so it's sweet, right? And the little birdies are going to go down like they're finding something in the ground here. Whatever they're searching for, who knows? And let's see what I did on the inside. The inside I did Hope Your Birthday is Totally Awesome in Granny Apple Green. And I think we stamped that already, didn't we? Yes, we did. And then we can put them all together. And we're going to use dimensionals to put together, oh, I didn't pull out Granny Apple Green. See, I told you we'd miss a color. I always do, pretty much, miss a color. Okay, so this will be Granny Apple Green. Hope your birthday is totally awesome. I really like this font that's on this. It's just very cute. Very cutesy font, wouldn't you agree? Really cutesy. Okay. And then let's add this little turtle and her birthday cake. Okay, and then little cake like she's holding a little platter right there. Okay, and that goes on this card. All right, now I'll show you how we put these together. We need dimensionals, and I need more dimensionals. Let me find another pack here. When we put these on, we're gonna put them on with dimensionals, but only on the back left side. If we put them on the right side, they'll be here and they'll keep your card from opening, okay? So we want to make sure we only put them on the back left side on the front here. So I'm going to use 3 dimensionals. Don't you love a new sheet of dimensionals? Right here. And this is the only thing that is going to hold our card down. So we're going to put this pretty much right in the center, centered left to right and top to bottom as best you can. It doesn't need to be perfect, okay? And now, in order to glue this down properly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put liquid glue on the back. This is the inside. I'm going to put liquid glue on the back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up with this one. Okay, so I've got it pretty much lined up right over the front piece, right, on the inside of my card, and then I'm going to close the inside of my card and push down. Now, before it gets super, super sticky, we're going to take a peek and wiggle it if we need to. Okay, but that's how you're going to get your little inside to be hidden and lined up with your front. Okay, I'll show you that again on the next one. And then we'll embellish and finish with our bows. And remember, we're going to glue the bows down because they don't like to stay with tear and tape. So back left for the dimensionals. Right in the center. And then glue on the back here. Line this up. I know my head is in the way. Okay. And then close the card. Okay. Hidden. Okay, there's 2. And here's 3. Now, if you don't want to pay either for extra postage or if you're not going to hand deliver this card, you might want to consider not adding the bow to the front. The cards already have quite a bit of dimension just due to how much is on the card front. You could still mail it right now, but I think if you add the bow to the front, I don't think the post office will let you get away with mailing it in a regular envelope. So just maybe wait to add the bow until you know who you're going to give the card to, or if you know you don't care mailing it in a bubble mailer, then go ahead and add the bows that we're going to add. I hand deliver most of my cards, and the ones that are super bulky, if I absolutely want to mail that to the person, like if I think they just need this card for whatever reason, then I'll put it in a bubble mailer. Otherwise, I'm pretty much hand delivering most of my birthday cards. So, just depends. I figure if the person is special enough that you want to mail them a very special card, then you probably don't mind putting it in a bubble mailer. So, that's kind of how I do it. Okay. Isn't that cute? Now this one's done except for embellishments because the ribbon doesn't go. Okay, now there might be a couple of things that you're wondering about, like for instance on this card, how do you get this? It might be hard to tell on camera, but this is glossy, and so is the balloon. So that's using glossy accents. So glossy accents, it's made by Ranger. It comes in, this is the smaller bottle. There's a bigger bottle too. It technically is a glue. You could use it for glue. But what it does is it goes on wet and pretty cloudy. And then as it dries, it becomes clear and hard and shiny. And so that's how you can get like a gloss finish. Like if I have a little critter that has glasses, or maybe like a window on like the truck or something, or the tractor that's coming up, I'll do Tractor and Co. I think that's in September. I'll use this on like the window, or maybe like the headlights or something. It just is really fun. It adds a little bit of extraness to your cards. And just make sure you do it last, because you're going to want to leave your card, otherwise you're going to put your hand in it. So do that last. Do your glossy accents last. That would be my recommendation if you're going to do the glossy accents. Now, if we're going to add the bows, remember the bows don't want to stick with tear and tape. We do need liquid glue. So what you're going to want to do, if you make your bow, you can make the bow one of two ways. You can make the bow, do I have an example, with the light on the outside or the light on the inside. And it just depends on how you wrap it around your bow. So this here is the front of your bow. So if you put the light side on the front of your bow, that's what your bow is going to look like. Whereas if you put the dark side on the front of your bow, then your bow is dark, right? So I'll do a bow here. And, oops, I did not trim that right. And when we glue it on, instead of using tear and tape, or not tear and tape, a glue dot, I'm going to use liquid glue. Let me do it to this one too. Liquid glue. I don't know where I'm going to put that one. Liquid glue, and then I'm going to put a tweezers on the card. Right here. Until that liquid glue dries. Okay? So it'll be really cute when it doesn't have tweezers on it anymore. I think I'll do a bow. I have this one. Maybe I'll leave the bow off that one. I kind of like that one without a bow. This one's not going to have a bow. But where should we do this bow? Right there? That's pretty cute. Right there. So a little dot of glue and tweezers. It is helpful to have more than one pair. There we go. Okay. So again, if you don't want to mail this, or if you don't want to mail it in a bubble mailer, definitely do no bows. Okay, let's do our embellishments. You get a whole pack, so do with them however you please. There's small and large. Those are kind of hard to see, but of each color. And we're going to want to do the clear ones on this card because it doesn't have any green. So same reason why we don't want to do the ribbon. I'm going to do 5 because why not? We have a whole pack, right? Why not? Okay. All right, so there is card 1. I don't know what order they went in your PDF. I should have looked. But there's card 1, and they do still stand up. Whoops, you can't see that. There you go. They do still stand up just fine. Here. Okay. Really cute. Turtles. So if you know someone who likes turtles, this would be a great card for them. All right, now these green ones, we can go ahead and do green. Whoops. So let's see, let's do a combination of, I think these are pool party. Not sure. Pool party and lemon lime twist maybe, or maybe those are granny apple. These are maybe garden green. Let's do a big one of those and a little one of these. Okay. There's that card. I don't want to take the, all right, I'll take it off. Okay, so there's that. Hope your birthday is turtly awesome. Birthday cake. Okay. This one I didn't add a bow to, but you could. So this one's hooray. Could be any occasion. Graduation. Congratulations, you're in a band. I don't know. Could be anything, right? Anything at all. I'll do a little pool party one. So I like odd number of embellishments. So do 3 or 5, or, I mean, you could do 7. That might be a lot. You could just do 1. Let's do a big pool party one. And a little dark one. Right there. Okay. I really like this one. This one and the next one are my 2 favorites. Okay. And then this one. Little grandma watering, and I'll show you how the glossy accents works too. Let's do a green and whatever color that is, and let's do one of these, and let's do a big one of these and a little one of these. Okay, and then glossy accents here. Now it's going to go on, it's going to be wet, so you want to do it last. And you just cover your image and wait for it to dry. Okay, so I covered the image. It probably doesn't look very different here. And when it's dry, it dries hard and glossy. It's hard to tell on camera, but in person, it dries really pretty. Oh, and we forgot to add our gel, our white highlights. So this is my favorite pen to add white highlights with. It's a jelly roll. It's made by Sakura, and I like the 10. The number is the like thickness of the point at the end here. So I will add, I'm going to try not to put my hand in this, but I'm going to add some highlights to the turtle's shell. So I usually add a line and 2 little dots. See? It just adds that little extra something to the turtle. So here he is before any sort of highlight, and I'll add a little highlight here on him. Okay, and there he is after. Okay, hi Joanne. Oh, you just watched Notes and Totes? Yes, those are really cute cards too. Really cute. All right. This one, I don't know where we would add the highlight on this one. Maybe on the apron. Okay. And then this one, I think we'll add him on his shell down here. Okay, so again, you can't see it super well on camera. You could also add glossy accents to the balloon. I did on the original. Or you could to the ice cream too. Maybe I'll add it to the ice cream. Oh, thanks, Joanne. I'll add it to the ice cream. Be a little bit different this time and do ice cream. Now, this is glue, so you can also sprinkle some glitter on here if you want. And it would hold the glitter. So, all right, guys. Let me know which one's your favorite. Let's see, this was 1. This was 2. 3 was the banjo. 3 was the banjo. And 4 was the little gardener. I like 3 and 4. Those are my favorites. Just because I like all the die cuts. I like all the detail that the die cuts add. Okay, so just a couple reminders. Remember to like and share to be entered for Prize Patrol. I'll announce the Prize Patrol winner at the beginning of next class, which I guess will be tomorrow probably, when we do the showcase. And just a reminder, you're winning the past class 5 cards for the 22 to 24 in color card class kit. And there is a YouTube video out there showing you how to put the cards together too. Thanks, Jennifer. Oh, Joanne likes the birthday one. This one? Or this one? Maybe both. This one, I think you mean. Yeah. 1 then 4, says Jenny. 1 and then 4. Yeah. I really like the colors on this one. Like I was saying, I don't do crushed curry very often, but I really like it. So, okay, so I will be live again tomorrow for the showcase. I think I have the next 2 classes scheduled, and always as a caveat, I schedule them ahead of time, and I never know when they're actually going to be, because sometimes they change based on kids' sports schedules, which I swear, the kids' sports these days, it's like all or nothing. There is no just like casually doing a sport. That doesn't exist anymore. It's either you do it like every day of the week all the time, or you don't do it at all. So it's kind of crazy. So my life is dictated by sports in the evening with 3 kids. And yeah, so I try to plan ahead. And I've learned over the years, I was very type A. I've learned to try to be type B because you have to just roll with it. So I saw something that was really funny, and it was like, I'm type A.5. I'm not really A anymore, and I'm not really B because I can't handle either one. So I'm somewhere in the middle. So it's just, I thought that was a really good, funny explanation. So, all right, Milo is so totally cute, passed out. He's snuggling his blankie. I'm going to open his treats, and he will come flying over here. Let's see here. Let's get him over here. He'll be here any second. All right. Oh, don't mind my mess in the background. Let's see if he wakes up here. Oh, yep. All I had to do was back the chair up, and he woke up. He knows. All right, Milo. You know what time it is? Do you know what time it is? You do, don't you? Come here. Come here. They can't see you. Come here. Come here. Oh, you know what time it is, don't you? It's snack time. You know it's snack time, don't you? Okay, sit. 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 Oh, good boy. Oh, you laid down. They can't see you when you lay down. Okay, come here. Up. Can you sit? Can you stand up? Oh, he laid down. I don't think you can see him. Oh, there. He stood back up. Okay, come here, baby. Come here. Oh, did you lose it? Okay, here. I'll give you another one. Can you find it? Did you find it? Good boy, you found it. Good boy. You did find it. How many snacks you want? Oops, I'm sorry. I dropped it again. There's like 5 in here. You want them all? You can have them all. Yes, you can. So if you're new here, this is Milo, and he makes a cameo appearance at the end of every live. he's the brown dog, you know, from the name. So he's this little brown dog here, and you know, the one we see on everything. Good boy, that's all. You ate them all. You ate them all. It's all empty. Good boy. Yes, good boy. You ate them all. So he's the company mascot, I suppose you could call him. The founder, right? Good boy. So he's usually here with me. Yeah. So those of you who have dogs or just have labs or have dogs in general know that they follow you everywhere. To the bathroom, when you leave the room. Even if I say, stay here, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. He gets up and follows me. So you guys know how that is. So the car is a mess because he makes a mess everywhere. And yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. That's for sure. Okay, guys. Well, I should see you tomorrow for the showcase. And I have one card kit left over for tonight's class. It's $45, and I'll ship it to you. I usually do shipping once a month, and I'll be shipping August class soon. August classes will probably be, let's see, school starts in the end of August. So I'm hoping to get one of August classes in at the end of August, or maybe if I can get both of them in before September, that would be nice. So that's what we'll shoot for. And then I have 2 extra classes. I don't know when we're going to sprinkle those in soon, and I'll show you those tomorrow. I'm really excited to show you the 2 classes that you haven't seen yet. They're really cute, and I'm really excited. So if you're a demonstrator, happy pre-order tomorrow. In a mere 4 hours, I think we can pre-order. I won't be getting up. I know a lot of demonstrators do get up in the middle of the night. I don't. I should, but I don't. So I will be placing my pre-order tomorrow sometime. So yeah, the mini catalog looks really cute. I'm really excited to make classes with you guys. I think it goes so quick. That's my only complaint, is we don't get enough time to do classes with all of the sets that I want to do class with. So it's always a struggle, right? It's always a struggle. So okay, guys, well, thanks for joining on a Monday evening, and have a great week. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. So just have a great day. Have a great Tuesday. And I'll catch y'all later. All right, thanks, guys. Have a good night. Bye now.